So Tony, Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now, very popular spiritual teacher. You once called him a monster, or the things he no, or is that just
somebody
just
might
gossip?
have said I did. It's gossip.
Yeah.
Of course, he's not a monster. There's no such person as Eckhart Tolle.
No.
There's no such person as Tony Parsons. Oh no, but there's no connection between what he communicates and what's communicated out of the outside. There simply is no connection, because again, he is a teacher of becoming. He's what I call a teacher of becoming. He's teaching people that they have free will and choice, and they can move from A to B. So there's no connection between what he says and what's being. As far as I'm concerned, that is not non-dual.
Yeah.
That's absolutely is.
But he still emphasis on the now, and this is.
But there is no now.
There is no now.
No. He emphasises that in some way or other you can go beyond thinking and be in something called presence. As far as I'm concerned, that's a teaching about how to move from one thing to another. So he is going on teaching people and influencing them and telling them that they can find something for themselves. There isn't anything for anyone to find, because nothing has ever been lost.
That's a great statement. But it still gives people a lot of. Me too. Before I saw your DVDs, Jeff Foster, it gives you a sense of peace. So it's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing right or wrong with anything at all. Everything is the absolute expression. Eckhart Tolle's communications are the absolute expression of wholeness. But also there's nothing wrong with exposing the futility of those teachings.
Yeah, of course.
But yes, there are all sorts of people out there, therapists and teachers and so on, who make the principle of the prison more comfortable.
The prison more comfortable.
Absolutely. There's nothing. What's wrong with that? Absolutely nothing. There's nothing wrong with it. It's far more intelligent than religious instruction. It's far more up to date and intelligent. But it has no connection with what I call absolute non-duality. The two don't meet. One is comforting her and helping people. The other one is pointing to something beyond that.
So you say even calling this only the now is
There isn't a now.
There is a now.
The now makes it another. I must now live in the now. It's like the girl looking in the mirror and saying, "Oh, tomorrow morning I'm going to start living in the now." It's like living in the moment. How can anyone live in the moment? It's like, how can anybody see their own absence? How can anybody know what this is? Because what is being talked about is totally unknowable.
And can't be grasped.
It can't be grasped. It can't be known. Nobody can ever know it. So, the idea of seeking for it is futile.
But isn't that what people always want? Trying to grasp anything,
Yeah.
trying to catch little parts of life, or.
But you know what's interesting is that when people come to these meetings and hear something that's completely radically different and completely uncompromising, doesn't recognise the person or the separate person, something energetically happens. When people begin to hear about the whole illusion of the structure of the me and the seeker, it starts to fall apart. And people come here and with something and walk out and leave something behind. It's happening. Because something else absolutely recognises this absolutely radical and very simple message. They recognise it. Something resonates, not with the person, but something else resonates. That's beyond the whole idea that there's anything defined.
Isn't everything a recognition in?
No, not necessarily.
World, no?
In the separate world, there's a lot of in the world of the individual. There's a lot of influence that keeps the individual reinforced and supported in their individuality. If you think about the media and all of that, it goes on, encouraging the idea of individuality and celebrity. So the world we live in definitely reinforces a sense of being separate. There's nothing wrong with that either.
No, because it's there.
It's wholeness, playing the game of being separate.
But talk about recognition, the things that really touch you, like pain you see in other people, or a beautiful piece of art. That's recognition of
It's an emotional. It's in no. It's an emotional, invariably, it's an emotional recognition. It's to do with the emotion of the person about the emotion of another person, or a work of art, or an attempt to celebrate life. There's nothing wrong with that either. But oneness is not to do with an emotion. It's beyond emotion.
You can't recognize it.
It's
in
totally
anything.
unrecognised. Nobody can ever describe it. We have people who are becoming liberated all over the place, and they keep on saying to me, Tony, I've listened to you, and you've tried to describe oneness, and you can't describe it to me, and I now can't tell you what's happened here. I can't describe it. Nobody ever can. One of the most interesting things about wholeness is that it remains hidden from the seeker by being everything already.
Yeah.
That's how it remains hidden. It's everywhere. Everybody is in it, in a sense, but of course they feel they aren't, and they feel that they're in a story of me, which is a story about finding oneness, and that's the dilemma. It'll never be found.
For the seeker.
No.
No.
The seeker will never find. The most effective way to avoid oneness is to seek it.
Yeah. But you could see it like a hobby. Spirituality, you could see it like a hobby.
Yeah.
Buying CDs, reading
That's
books.
true.
It's nice.
For some
time
people
to
it's
pass
nice
your
hobby,
time.
but for other people it's
Yeah?
there's such a longing, such a pain, such a
No,
frustration.
I can't get it.
Absolutely. It's much more than a hobby for a lot of people.
Yeah, I got stacks of books and CDs, and then I look at them and I think, it was a nice way to spend my time.
Yes.
Yeah, some people play the slot machines, and I read all kinds of books and DVDs. Yeah.
Oh, in
Why
that
not?
way it's quite pleasant, but for
Yeah.
a lot of people it's much more desperate than that.
They grasp onto it.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
They long for it. Why not? I mean, if you feel you've been cast out of wholeness, all you long for is wholeness. There's nothing else that's good enough.
Yeah.
Ever.
Let's see. I'll take another track. Okay. Still got.
Yeah, well, okay, fine. I don't actually start at 2. Because people,
Yeah.
especially in Amsterdam, funny enough, come in late.
Yeah. And a lot of people sitting in the
And in Ireland too. If you go to Dublin, they're all tailboats.
Yeah?
Coming half an hour
Yeah.
after or even
Say
an hour.
hello.
Amazing.